the hospital. I was broken again. You got into another fight, got it broken all over.
Gabaldon's bravado masked a deep curiosity about the world. In school, he grew close to some of his Japanese classmates and their families.
Once again, folks,
But that came to an end.
got to tune in to KCET, PBS.
When the U.S. government interned over 100,000
It's like all day, all weekend. So nothing but history that
U.S. citizens.
We need to be
With his friends in turn,
fucking with, you know,
celebrated his 17th
learning.
birthday by joining the Marines.
Put it in the memory banks. Know where we come from. Know who came before us, who sacrificed what.
To be fluent in Japanese.
Know what I mean?
In truth, he had only picked up a little. But it led to a job as a scout for an intelligence unit during the attack on Saipan.
There we go. Now we're into another war.
While others set up an observation post.
Chicanos were a big part of that war.
The front lines to the north.
I took off on my own and went into Japanese territory, and I came back with a couple of prisoners. And my commanding officer, Captain John Schwabe, he's one hell of a nice guy. He says, don't you ever do that again. You're not a prima donna. You're not going to work on your own. I said, yes, sir. Very good, sir.
I'll fucking do it over and over again.
I filled my pockets with ammunition, and I went back to the Japanese territory.
That's right, baby. Fuck yeah.
On his own, Gabaldon captured a dozen more Japanese soldiers.
There you go, Jack.
So I returned to American lines with a whole list of Japanese prisoners. And he says, well, what the hell, let the little kid go. Let the jerk go, he's getting the results. So I went on my own.
Yes, so.
I chose where and when and how I was going to fight the Japanese.
Fuck yeah. Not that war is a good thing, just that
the American invasion gradually pushed north. With the
his resolve, his
advantage of volcanic caves.
We don't quit attitude.
During the day and attack at night. Approaching those caves.
Hey, Puffy, how you doing, Puffy? How's your daughter? Did her fever go down?
Sneak up and get to the side of the mouth of the cave and toss a frag grenade in. And
oh, she's feeling better.
Sometimes one guy's come out and have my car right on.
I'm still trying to get my shit done. At least I showered. I did a couple of things. I put my wash in.
We're not going to harm you.
I still got some shit to do, but I saw this and I was like, damn. Good. Good to hear.
I said, you're all going to die.
I just want to let you guys know this shit is out here. You guys need to be listening to this, checking it out. Damn. This is some good stuff right here. You know?
The remaining Japanese were growing desperate, cut off on the island from all military support.
Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that this shit is continuous on KCET. It's a PBS documentary or whatever, but it's all about us, you know? You're gonna dye your hair? Cool. Cool. What are you gonna dye it? Where's everybody else at? Where's everybody else at? Doing their thing? Rich, Monroe, everybody out there. Oh, Red, wow. Sounds good.
Walking back and forth among all the Japanese. And they said they couldn't figure out what the hell was happening. So then they finally came down. I said, get your ass on back and get some help. I said, immediately before they turned on me.
Damn.
Guy Gabaldon would be credited with bringing in over 800 prisoners that day. An unmatched feat for a single soldier in U.S. military history.
Damn.
I'm 77 years old, and I look back and I say, did this really happen?
His wartime career came to an end just weeks later with a machine gun wound to his arm and hand.
Fuck.
All told on Saipan, he killed 33 enemy soldiers and captured over 1,500.
Here is the way it was.
16 years later, those remarkable exploits were turned into a movie, Held to Eternity.
The amazing true story of Guy Gabaldon, the Marine who captured more than 1,000 enemy prisoners.
They just said it was about 800.
At 5'4", Gabaldon was played by a
Or the flip.
Jeffrey Hunter,
Get down, brother.
that he was Latino, never made it onto the screen.
Latino. Never made it to the screen.
Sadly,
They just said it was a white guy or something.
Nothing
to take from them, but
but
why didn't they tell everything?
There was Navy sailor Hector Acello, who survived the torpedoing of his ship off the coast of South Africa. And there was Jose Zaragoza of the Coast Guard.
There you go,
He spent
brothers.
15 months on a lonely atoll in the Pacific,
Latinos.
sending out navigation signals to ships. There was Pedro del Valle, the first Puerto Rican to reach the rank of Major General.
There you go,
when he
Big
took
Lou.
command of the 1st Marine Division in October 1944.
This is the shit right here.
Contreras Bozak of the Women's Army Auxiliary
Bozak.
Corps, the WACS. She'd ship out
Fuck
for
yeah.
Algiers to work a teletype, transmitting encoded messages to the battlefield. And then there was Private Joe P. Martinez, killed leading a successful charge against a key Japanese defensive position when the Allies retook the Aleutian Islands. Posthumously, Martinez would be awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor.
The highest honor ever.
By the war's end, 10 other Latinos would earn one as well, in proportion more than any other ethnic group. Exemplary
My
service
grandfather
that
got
many
a Purple Heart in
of the
World War II.
discrimination Latinos faced back home.
Mexican Americans had a second-class status in American society, but also Mexican Americans believe in the United States
We were
so
second
much that they
second class,
volunteer
but
in record numbers and serve in record numbers.
yeah.
And there is an expectation on their return that because of their service, because they have risked their lives for their country,
Listen, people.
that the country will welcome them, that they will acknowledge that, yes, you are full-fledged members of American society. And it doesn't exactly work out that way.
They put their lives on the line.
When the long war
They went out there and fought for this country, and this country just said, whatever.
Veteran said, Mexican American soldiers shed at least a quarter of the blood spilled at Bataan. What they want now is a decent job, a decent home, and a chance to live peacefully in the community. On August 23, 1945, in Washington, D.C., Macario Garcia became the first Mexican national to receive a Congressional Medal of Honor for his actions in the Hurtgen Forest.
Truman is beaming as he puts the medal around Macario's neck. He said,
Nice.
I would rather have one of these than be president of the United States.
Fuck yeah.
Macario returned to the Houston area to a hero's welcome.
Badass.
He was a rock star. He was in the papers. He was on the radio, and he was a genuine hero.
Marla
He
Monroe.
returned to Texas. Texas had
Good to see you, Monroe.
It was still deep in its mire of caste system.
Look at that.
Just
Come
2.5
back home and they
weeks
see
after
that
President
stuff. After
Truman
they put
placed
their
the
lives on the
Medal of Honor
line,
around his
kick
neck,
some ass.
Macario Garcia
You know,
entered a
there's a
restaurant
lot of people that are not right. And remember what I preach? You're not righteous, you're a dick. So they're being dicks.
Well, the Oasis Cafe was at that time the only night spot in Richmond. There were some other places across the tracks that catered to some of the minorities, but this was the only white establishment in.
You know, I'm only going to
Richmond.
put a little bit of this out there.
It was
When I
quite
kill
well
it,
known as a
but
place
I'm
not
trying to
hospitable
pound it to you
Mexicans.
guys.
There was never any evidence.
Check out this
They put the
station.
No Mexicanos
It's going on
Mexicanos
all weekend.
sign
Sit
in the
down,
window.
have a beer, some
Mexicans
chips
didn't
or
go there.
whatever, or,
Very
you know,
few blacks
your
were
barbecue,
Mexican
put it on a
Americans come in.
stereo, and check out what the fucking
And
real
asked for
shit
service
is.
because
Shut up,
we
Chris.
didn't
He's
cater
talking.
to their needs. We didn't have their kind of music. We didn't have their kind of food. So we just didn't see any of them.
But
Right.
Macario has decided that it's time for him to have something to eat, and he wants to go there to have it.
After
No,
all
the
he's been through,
circumstances would be
after all he
disputed.
did for this
Or
country,
in fact, everyone agreed upon. Garcia was refused service. The owner's son, tired out from
Whoa.
football practice that afternoon, was asleep in the apartment over the cafe.
listen to
About
this.
11 o'clock, I heard glass breaking downstairs and woke me up. And I put on my clothes as quick as I could. ran downstairs to see what was going on. And the first thing I saw was a serviceman, Mexican-American serviceman, in uniform, and he was throwing things at the mirrored wall.
Macario picks up salt shakers,
Sugar bowls,
and ketchup bottles.
anything that came to the end.
Windows begin to break and all kinds of glass.
A fight broke out. Garcia was arrested and eventually charged.
Why the fuck does that have to happen, bro?
Owners of refusing to serve him because of his race.
Why?
Here's a man
This motherfucker did all that shit for us.
shed his blood.
For America.
A man who received the
Fuck
Congressional
that shit,
Medal
man.
of Honor, and yet he can't get
I'm sorry.
something to eat.
That's bullshit. Mm-mm.
Louis Payton's mother gave a different account. She told me later that he had come in and was obviously drunk and belligerent, and she wouldn't serve him. The incident was picked up by the national news, believing Macario's account. And there were other similar confrontations. Yet the fact remained that denying Mexican-American service to a restaurant wasn't illegal, and happened so often it wasn't even newsworthy. But after World War II, their status as veterans started to change that perception. In the end, what mattered most was the question the incident raised. How could a country that felt an enormous debt towards its veterans treat some as
like
second-class
shit
citizens? By 1946, Dr. Hector Garcia had returned to civilian life.
Yeah, this shit hits my
Age
heart.
32, worldly,
You know?
well-educated. Garcia had many paths available
Hits
to
my
him,
heart big time. These are my
but he
people.
chose to return
And I'm
to
an
South
American,
Texas.
motherfucker.
At his side was a young woman he'd met while stationed in Italy, Wanda Facillo.
She came from an aristocratic family. She's beautiful, she's articulate, she's very well educated, and typical of Hector, he decides that that's the woman he wants to marry. She actually
Right.
thought he was Spaniard and would not know that he was Mexican American, she said,
Chicano.
until she came with him back to Corpus.
Corpus Christi.
Hector and Wanda settled in Corpus Christi, a coastal city in South Texas. Garcia started up his practice and soon had a steady stream of patients, including several Mexican-American veterans and their families. Many lived in the barrio, one of the poorest in the state.
The barrio.
Once Papa got on his feet and he started treating these patients in the barrio, he got to see all of this poverty firsthand. There were like families of 5 or 6 people living in one-room shacks.
But they were living, kind of.
Boards were separated. There were no foundations. There were dirt floors. They had no sanitary facilities, no running water. They died of mostly tuberculosis. Infants died of dysentery. It was just a
Sorry, excuse me.
way of life.
Oh my God.
As a boy growing up in Mercedes, Garcia had known rural poverty, and he had seen it and disease in war-torn Africa and Europe. But the urban poverty of Corpus Christi disturbed him even more.
This little boy begged my father to go with him to his house. And when my father got there, the mother had burst her lung from tuberculosis.
Salute.
And
Thank you.
There was blood all over the 4 or 5 children in bed with her. So, of course, they
Thank you, Flip,
got
my brother.
tuberculosis. And my father asked the husband, why didn't you come and get me? And the husband says, we just couldn't afford it.
That's fucked up.
The GI Bill of Rights.
Hector encountered more and more struggling Mexican-American veterans at a time when unprecedented benefits for veterans were reshaping the country.
Just who gets the benefits of this bill? Any veteran, male or female, with more than 3 months active service, who hasn't been dishonorably discharged.
The Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944, the GI Bill, included low-cost mortgages that moved millions from urban apartments to suburban homes,
Excuse me.
and educational loans which put over 2 million veterans into colleges and universities, and another 6 million into training programs.
Nice.
But the Mexican-American veterans Garcia was seeing in his practice had trouble getting these and other benefits they earned
that's
through their
fucked up.
service.
That's not cool. That's
After a certain amount
fucked
of
up.
these stories, he starts to put two and two together, and he realizes this is not incidental to each and every
They're
one of
getting
these
slighted.
individuals. This is systematic. This is a problem that is a largely institutionalized problem that seems to target Mexican-American veterans, and this infuriated him. When Hector got charged about something, it was, game on.
Garcia began holding meetings for veterans to voice their concerns. By March of 1948, they had become the foundation of a new Mexican-American organization, the American GI Forum.
There you go,
The
Jack.
idea was this is a veterans organization, but in Hector's mind, he saw all Mexican Americans as either being veterans or veterans by proxy, because the wife that was supportive of the man, the parents who had raised a young man willing to die for his country,
Right.
were as much a part of this veterans and military culture.
Damn right.
And so everybody in the Mexican American community becomes a veteran.
This incipient
Sí,
growth
veterano.
of veterans activism begins to flourish, and in the early part of 1948, it simply blows up.
The catalyst was the controversy surrounding the burial of Private Felix Z. Longoria Jr., killed in action in the Philippines. In 1948, after his remains finally made it back to the States, his widow Beatrice tried to make funeral arrangements in his hometown of Three Rivers, Texas. The funeral director refused because Longoria was a Mexican, later telling a reporter the whites wouldn't like it.
That's bullshit,
Word
man.
of the
That's fucked
refusal
up.
reached Hector Garcia, and he sprang into action, calling newspapers and sending telegrams to elected officials from the state and federal government, even President Truman.
The White House.
The story is published. This becomes a huge controversy.
Garcia called together members of the GI Forum to plan a protest. Over 1,000 people filled an elementary school auditorium in Corpus Christi.
In the course of the meeting, Hector receives a telegram from Lyndon Johnson, who was the newly elected senator from Texas. And Johnson actually is a veteran.
How you doing,
himself,
Floyd Chavez Sr.? You back home now? You good?
And
Salud.
very sympathetic
You
to
will.
Hector's concerns.
I hope you're home and feeling good. Nice time in Hawaii, huh? Eso,
Texas
Raza.
war hero refused burial in his hometown because of his Mexican origin is laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery with America's most honored dead.
Finally.
The Longoria affair changed Hector Garcia's life. It led to a
Proper
close,
burial.
many times contentious friendship with Lyndon Johnson, giving the doctor unusual access to a Washington power broker and future president.
Yep.
It also permanently changed the focus of the American GI Forum from veterans' rights to civil rights,
Right.
with Hector Garcia leading the way.
Eso. Our kids need to know this. Everybody needs to know this.
Arena of Mexican American reform.
Every American needs to know
Hector
about
finds
this.
his calling. He realizes that he's been prepared from quite young. He used to remember that when they used to travel, they would stay in the car. They couldn't find hotels. Father would not talk about it and say, this is racism. But they all knew that something
Everybody knew it was wrong.
the Longoria
It wasn't right.
brings to Hector all of these experiences.
Hector Garcia would quickly become the most prominent Mexican-American civil rights leader of his era. Under his direction, the American GI Forum would grow across Texas and the Southwest, challenging segregation in its many
Oh, my
forms.
nose. Allergies are kicking in today.
Disparities in health services,
Yesterday, too.
to segregation in schools, to the poll taxes that kept Mexican Americans and other minorities from voting.
Right. Because they couldn't afford it.
Until those taxes were outlawed in the mid-1960s,
It's fucked up, man.
the GI Forum held
It's really
beauty
fucked up.
pageants,
They sacrifice
where the
themselves.
winner was the girl who
People
raised
talk
the
about
most money to pay
sacrifices.
the
Oh,
taxes, so others could vote.
don't let us know that you sacrifice this or that.
Whatever
Well, we
progress
did.
that
Pay
the
attention.
Mexican-American
Fuck.
community would
Hold on.
engage in would be by becoming more American, by understanding the system, by voting, by going
Sorry.
to the military,
My
by
allergies
getting
are really
a good
fucked up.
education.
Oh,
Hector wanted to make this bridge, bringing American society into the barrio and bring the barrio into American society.
right. Let people know what the fuck's going on.
Mexican Americans to follow the same path as other ethnic groups who
Right.
had overcome prejudice to become part of the fabric of the United States, such as the Irish and the Italians.
Eso.
But he also perceived a direct threat to his plans. A growing number of Mexicans illegally crossing the border in search of work. At the constant risk of deportation, undocumented workers were easily exploited, forced to work long hours, and to live in deplorable conditions.
Right.
As a doctor, Hector Garcia had seen those conditions firsthand in South Texas and believed them inhumane and un-American.
Very
He
un-American.
also
Very
thought the
unright.
seemingly endless supply of cheap labor hurt Mexican Americans by driving down wages, forcing whole families to seasonally migrate north in search of better pay.
This is our history right
His
here,
solution
folks.
was to take a strong stance against the hiring of undocumented workers, drawing a clear distinction between Mexican and Mexican American labor.
He saw illegal immigration as a real threat to the Mexican American community's ability to stay at home, get educated, get stable jobs, participate in the electoral process, and become American. But in
Right.
pushing for a restriction of the border, Hector and the American GA Forum, they were at times repeating the stereotypes that Americans had of Mexicans. And in fact, in the one sponsored pamphlet, What Price Wetbacks, which was written by one of his most loyal friends, it is full of stereotypes and comments that would make anybody cringe.
In 1954, the Forum threw its support behind a quasi-military search and seizure of illegal workers conducted by the U.S. Border Patrol, Operation Wetback. With its late-night raids, its deportation of people pulled off the streets, and the breakup of families based on
But really, if you
citizenship,
go back to
Operation Wetback brought immediate
the
protest
previous
from
things that I
Mexican
just put out
American
earlier,
community, enough to change Hector
this was their
Garcia's
fucking
mind.
line anyway.
And it is at that moment where you see Hector shift his views. That is such a painful ordeal for that Mexican and Mexican American community that now you don't see Mexican American or Latino leaders promoting any kind of deportation campaign.
Why would they?
As it turned out,
Don't forget,
Operation
this was
Wetback
our land,
had little
their
lasting
land
effect.
before that.
Depressed
Why
wages
can't we
in
share that?
agricultural work in Texas and California,
Why can't they have a
and
right
the
to
growing
it?
U.S. economy led many
They
Mexican
work hard.
Americans to
They don't
move
give a
out
fuck.
of the
They'll work hard.
Southwest.
They'll earn it.
And where Mexican Americans went,
We'll earn
the
it.
American GI Forum soon followed. With Puerto Rican veterans in the Northeast also joining up, by the end of the
That's so.
1950s, there were more than 30 chapters across the country.
That's right.
For Hector Garcia, this network provided the leverage he needed to change the lives of Latinos everywhere through the power of the ballot box.
This is the end game that Hector Garcia really was after. Until Latinos, Mexican Americans in particular, become a national political force that can make or break a presidential election, we will always be a marginalized community.
Garcia's timing was perfect.
We're still
The
being
1960 US
marginalized.
presidential race
Maybe
was
not as
already
much, but
close,
we're still being marginalized.
and candidate John Kennedy had chosen an old friend of Hector's to be his running mate.
Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson is going to deliver the state of Texas and other states throughout the Southwest because of his understanding and knowledge of the Mexican
And
American
what he did for
condition.
Mexican Americans, yes.
And Hector Garcia is his man to get that job done.
Rather than politicize the forum, Garcia created a new association, the Viva Kennedy Clubs. They held rallies, fundraisers, and voter registration drives, all to roll out the Mexican-American vote on Election Day.
This is our history, man. Can't deny us. We're there all the time.
And as it turned out, every vote counted. Kennedy won by less than 1% of the popular vote, with many states captured by very small margins.
It was not lost on Hector that the Kennedy administration owed something very directly to the Mexican-American people for that victory.
Yep.
Hector Garcia would be disappointed. President Kennedy never came through with the initiatives and appointments Garcia felt Mexican-Americans had earned.
Once again, fucked in the ass.
But Kennedy's successor, Lyndon Johnson, did.
Because he was
He
there.
appointed more Mexican-Americans to positions in government than any president before.
Thank you, Lyndon B. Johnson.
And he passed landmark legislation, making illegal the forms of discrimination Hector Garcia had battled for years, from segregation in restaurants and schools to poll taxes.
That's right.
While many saw the new laws only in the context of the Black Civil Rights Movement, when Johnson addressed Congress, he evoked his own experience as a teacher in a small Mexican-American school in Texas.
My students were poor, and they knew, even in their youth, the pain of prejudice. They never seemed to know
Jewel, see, dog.
people disliked
What's up, brother?
but they knew it was so. 'Cause I
Giving
saw
them a
it in
little
their
bit of
eyes.
history, bro.
I never thought that I might have the chance to help the sons and daughters of those students and to help people like them all over this country. But now I do have that chance,
Mexican Americans.
and I'll let you in on a secret. I mean to use it.
Fuck yeah, homie. Fuck yeah. Appreciate that.
After the end of World War II, the citizenship Latinos had fought and died for had finally arrived. But the struggle for true equality was just beginning.
Still happening today.
Next time on Latino Americans.
Love you guys. Check this out. It's on KCET, PBS. It's on all fucking weekend. Get some knowledge. Get some history. I could only bring you so much. I'm just a crust. I ain't nobody. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love my family. I love everybody, man. It's a lot bigger than... Wow. It just takes each one individual to fucking get it, you know? And be about it. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. See, dog, I'm glad you popped in, bro. Hey, the last couple of ones that I did this morning, shit, I woke up and that shit was on, and I just had to share, bro. And see, dog, if you didn't know, I got the cross over here. I got Jose Alfredo Jimenez right there. How could you go wrong, right? Anyways, you guys be cool. I love you guys. I love my gente for real. I ain't fucking bullshitting. I'm about this. And I've always been about this, man. No separation, no divisions, man. Let's bring everybody together. We're one gente. And I'm not saying, oh, bring all the Raza together. Fuck the this and that, all the other races. No, man. Everybody come together. Everybody be cool. Let's look, like I preach. Right is right, and if you're not being righteous, you're being a dick. Period. Crushed out. I got shit to do, man. Fuck. Later, guys. I love you. Hopefully, I could get on later. Just got shit to do. All right. Later. Bye.